Outdoors, any outdoor barbecues this afternoon, just keep in mind there will be some scattered storms around through the majority of the afternoon and into the evening. But how does your Memorial Day forecast look? That answer coming up in a few minutes. Allie?
Thanks so much, Adam. Well, new overnight, an armed robbery at the same gas station where someone shot a JPD officer just a week ago. It happened around 8:30 last night at the Express Fuel on West Northside Drive. Police say there were injuries but did not have further information on the severity or names. Now, earlier this week, Hinds County District Attorney Robert Smith said he wanted to shut the gas station down. Thursday, the building's owner said he was evicting the tenants. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation has issued an alert for a missing 13-year-old girl. Investigators say Alyssa Monet Jones Brown was last seen late Friday on West Street in Holly Springs. She does suffer from a medical condition that could impair her judgment. She's 5'1", 132 pounds, and has 2 burn marks on her left leg. She was last seen wearing a blue T-shirt and underwear. If you have any information on her whereabouts, call Holly Springs Police. That number is on your screen, 662-252-2122. And JPD investigating after a 3-year-old boy was shot and killed at a Jackson apartment complex. It happened Friday night at the Willow Point Apartments on Glen Cross Drive. Police say the child got a hold of that gun and shot himself. They say it's being ruled as a death pending as they continue to investigate the shooting. Well, this holiday weekend, Jackson police are out in full force to crack down on a crime spree after a recent spike of violence. In the past week, 3 people have been shot and killed in the city. The police command post is stationed on Medgar Evers Boulevard near Sunset Drive. That's where a man was gunned down at Sunset Plaza Apartments this week. Police are urging anyone throwing a holiday party to look out for their patrons' well-being.
Past years have shown us that once the party starts and perhaps the alcohol gets to flowing, sometimes tempers will flare, and that will escalate into violence, and that's what we're trying to prevent.
Police will also be deployed throughout the city targeting speeders and drunk drivers. The Highway Patrol also busy this Memorial Day weekend, cracking down on dangerous drivers. Trooper Eric Henry tells us officers handed out just under 1,200 tickets throughout the state Friday night alone. There were 25 collisions, 2 of which were alcohol related. Also, 6 drug arrests, 2 felony arrests, and 38 DUIs reported. Again, that was just on Friday night. It's all part of the holiday weekend enforcement. Troopers are urging people to buckle up, no texting or drinking and driving. The enforcement period ends Monday at midnight. In other news this morning, we're getting another look at a plane crash that killed a family on their way to Ole Miss's graduation. Now, we would like to warn you that the video in this story may be graphic. You can see the plane diving from the sky and then engulfed in flames and smoke as a police vehicle pulls up to the crash site. That crash killed a family of 4.
I heard an impact hit the front of my truck. I looked back to my left once I stopped the truck, and that plane was up against the wall burning.
According to a newly released report by the NTSB, Bird told the control tower just 2 minutes after takeoff, "I'm having some problem climbing here." The last contact he made was to say that they were going down at the intersection. Officials say it's a miracle that nobody on that Georgia highway got injured. Such a sad story. All right, Adam, it's 5 minutes after 8 now, and what's the weather going to be like for us today?
We're going to be watching for afternoon showers and thunderstorms that could last into the evening. Now, with any of those stronger thunderstorms, there could be some gusty winds and lightning, maybe even a little bit of small hail. We have outlined that area basically along into the west of Interstate 55 is where the highest threat of that would be, as we're all watching those thunderstorms that will be developing this afternoon. So just keep that in mind if you have anything outdoors planned this afternoon. The entire area will have a pretty good shot at seeing some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. But what about your Memorial Day and past that towards next week? We'll take a look at it coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Adam. Several water alerts for you this morning. The city of Jackson has lifted a string of boil water notices. Those alerts affected Willow Bay Drive, Bay Point Cove, Trahon Cove, and Bradford Cove. Now, do remember it takes 2 days to lift a boil water alert. Well, the city of Cleveland on edge after a not guilty verdict for a white officer who shot 2 unarmed black people in a car after a high-speed chase. ABC's Alex Perez brings us the reaction to the verdict.
Tensions in Cleveland rising. Police in riot gear. 3 people arrested. Clashes with protesters after this officer is acquitted of charges in the death of this unarmed African-American couple. Police pushing through angry protesters after a day of outburst and unrest. Police officer Michael Brillo cleared of wrongdoing after firing 15 shots from the hood of Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams' car into the front windshield.
I therefore find the defendant not guilty.
In a police interrogation, Brillo says he felt his life was in danger.
Even through Iraq, I've never, ever been as terrified as I was.
The judge's decision causing outrage from the victim's family members.
I was totally surprised that he was acquitted and that there was no charges.
To me, it was a hate crime.
Russell and Williams were killed back in 2012 after leading police on a nearly 25-minute chase that ended up involving more than 100 officers. Police, who say at one point they thought they were being shot at, finally cornered the car. Multiple officers were firing, and Brillo jumped on the hood of their car. Brillo later defending his actions to investigators.
I thought we were going to get shot and be killed, so.
The judge is saying Brillo's use of deadly force was reasonable.
Whatever the outcome, 2 people are still dead.
The protests here have, for the most part, been peaceful. Brillo, who could still face administrative charges from the police department, declining to comment this morning.
In other news, 2 Southern Miss football players are facing kidnapping charges. Hattiesburg police arrested James Cox and Kyle Foster Wednesday. Officials say the incident happened in the 900 block of Beverly Hills Road. Both men were booked into the Forest County Jail. They're also charged with armed robbery and burglary of an occupied dwelling. Friends and family remembered B.B. King in a memorial service. The private service took place in Las Vegas yesterday. Now, on Friday, a public service was held to honor the blues legend. The Mississippi native passed away in Las Vegas on May 14th due to complications from diabetes. His family members spoke after the service.
We've lost our king, our backbone. We appreciate all the love and support that you all have gave us. Continue to pray for us in the upcoming days, because this will be a hard journey for us as family.
There will be another memorial service in Memphis, Tennessee, before he is laid to rest next to his mother in Indianola. Happening today, the B.B. King Homecoming Festival. Now, last year was BB's final planned homecoming performance. The theme of this year's festival is a tribute to the King. The free festival kicks off at 2 at the B.B. King Museum in Indianola. It is open to the public. Also happening today, a business mogul, Howard Muskelly, signing books about his life. He's the founder of Muskelly's Furniture. The book details his life dating back to his childhood in North Mississippi. Muskelly served in World War II. He'll be at Barnes & Noble in Ridgeland today to meet with readers and autograph the book. He tells us about some of his time overseas.
I was in combat about 8 months, 7 days and nights a week. Now, a lot of them had reliefs, and you'd see them every once in a while. I said, well, we had a rest period, 3 weeks. I never got one, day and night. We fought down through Belgium, Holland, and up to the Elbe River, 35 miles from Berlin.
That book signing is this afternoon from 1 to 3 at Barnes & Noble at Renaissance in Ridgeland. Guests will have a chance to meet Howard Muskelly and author Mark Wyatt and have their book autographed by the pair. Well, major country music star in the Metro this weekend. Miranda Lambert performing at Renaissance in Ridgeland, all part of the C Spire concert series. That concert was sold out.
I hope so. I hope she does some entertaining, some fun dancing, and gets the crowd involved.
Organizers say that 9,000 people enjoyed that concert last night, and I was one of them. Fun time out there. Still to come, suitcase smuggle. Police investigating after finding a little boy inside of a piece of luggage. Plus, a big anniversary for the happiest place on earth. We take you back to when Disneyland first opened its gates. Our time now, 8:11. You're watching 16 WAPT News.